Hi everyone, my name is Nisha Murali. Me and my group mate Chen and Shun going to present our international finance final project paper which titled 5 years prediction of Malaysian ringgit and Chinese yuan currency. Introduction of a project paper. Exchange rate prediction refer to the judgment and prediction of the fluctuation range and trend of the exchange rate relationship between currencies. Exchange rate prediction is very important for the short-term and long-term financing of enterprises and is closely related to the capital budget decision and also guides the hedging decision of enterprises. To be able to accurately predict the trend of currency exchange rate is the first prerequisite to avoid foreign exchange risk or foreign exchange speculation. Under the floating exchange rate system, exchange rate changes largely depends on the foreign exchange market supply and demand for a variety of currencies and the influencing factor of supply and demand involved by it, not only the purchasing power of country economy development trend, the change of economy policy and international events affects the supply and demand of a country on foreign currency. And in other country and even the whole world economy trade finance and the change of political situation of the supply and demand. Therefore, to predict the change of exchange rate, we should systematically list the direct and indirect cause of exchange rate change. There are few explanations for problem statement. Which currency fluctuation affect every level between the two countries? Exchange rate fluctuation can affect the price of a person's shopping, can affect the earning of foreign exchange investor. In the foreign exchange market, there are many individuals who invest in foreign exchange to better grasp the situation of the foreign exchange market. In order to more accurately choose a profitable currency, they will predict the exchange rate. Due to the large trading volume and amount, the change of exchange rate will have a great impact on enterprises that have international exchanges and need to exchange currencies. The change of exchange rate will change the amount of international payment, debt and debt held by enterprises. Transnational operation is not only affected directly by the exchange rate fluctuation, but also affected by indirect factors such as interest rate and price changes caused by the exchange rate fluctuation. The most basic factors that affect the exchange rate fluctuation are relative interest rate, relative income level, relative inflation rates, government regulation and people's psychological expectation, as well as speculation and political and economic emergencies. And our paper objective is to study the relationship between exchange rate fluctuation and national stability, to study the impact of exchange rate fluctuation on trade between Malaysia and China, and to study the risk of exchange rate fluctuation to multinational enterprises. The data collection. All the data used in this paper are from the National Bureau of Statistics of China and Bank Negara Malaysia. The data covers some areas related to China's Malaysia foreign trade economy from January to March 2020. It covers currency, foreign direct investment, consumer price index and also industrial production index. Data analysis included technical analysis, basic analysis, and forecast based on parity model.
I'm CY. I'm going to continue the next part.
A total of 80 samples were involved in this analysis, covering data from January to March 2020. It can be seen from the Table 1 that the exchange rate change of the Chinese yuan is not significant because the p-value greater than 5%, while the exchange rate change of Malaysia ringgit is significant because the p-value is less than 5%. At the same time, Figure 1 mainly reveals the changing tender of Chinese yuan and Malaysia ringgit. This, the exchange rate of Chinese yuan to USD dollar, is generally lower than that of the Malaysia ringgit, and in the past 3 months, Chinese yuan and Malaysia ringgit has shown a downward trend against the USD dollar. However, Table 2 shows the higher correlations between Chinese yuan and Malaysia ringgit exchange rate. The correlation is equal to 0.88. Since the data used in this paper is time series data, Before checking the time tender, we must first determine whether there is a union rate in the time series. The results are shown in Table 3. The null hypothesis is that Malaysia ringgit has the union rate. It is easy to know from the p-value that p-value equal to 0.8405, which is not significant. Due to the non-stationarity of the time series, in order to move some of the changing characteristics of the time series, this paper specifically performs first-order difference to calculate the difference between adjacent observations. As shown in Table 4, the total regression result of the equation after first-order difference is signification. The p-value is 0.023, is less than 5%, indicating that it is stable and can be used. The first-order difference sequence is used for granular causality test. This paper mainly used EVIL's software to carry out the regression analysis on the data, and the results are shown in Table 5.
Hi, my name is Du Shuilong. I will start my presentation now. I will start the slide 12. The relationship between the 5 main variables in the paper is tested by granular causality test. The result as shown in the table 6. The probability of the granular result that DEUR is not DCNY and DCNY is not DSGD are 0.0818 and 0.0031 respectively, with a confidence of 0.1. The DEUR is the granular cause of DCNY, and DCNY is also the DSGD granular cause in statistical sense. Slide 13. The study explores the dynamic relationship between exchange rate fluctuation and national stability for Malaysia, China in the area of global crisis. Asia financial crisis surprise causes. The comprehensive analysis allow us to draw useful insight about the relationship between exchange rate and fluctuation and national stability. The impact of the exchange rate fluctuation on trade between Malaysia and China, and the risk of the exchange rate fluctuation and two multinational expenses. This paper has a present result relevant to future research in exchange rate economics, focusing on the determination of the exchange rate is the asset regime for developing countries such as Malaysia and China.
That is all of our presentation. Thanks for watching our video. Terima kasih. Bye bye.